Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Report Show. I'm your host, Robert. All right, NFL Week 16. It is Thursday, December 23rd. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all. We're getting this up a little bit late. With everything going on with the protocols, I just kind of wanted to get one last look before I put everything in place. And then we have some players that are out. We have players that are questionable. We have injuries. Yeah, I know in fantasy, I got Travis Kelce on the protocol list. I got Leonard Fournette, who's out. So, yeah, going to the playoffs, that is not what I need right now, two of my key players. But we'll get through. Last week, week 15, I was 10-6, straight up picks, 7-9 against the spread. Over under 5-11 year to date, straight up picks, 134, 89-1. Against the spread, 95, 129. Over under 106 and 118. So one game below 500. Hopefully we can get that back above 500. And in the last 3 weeks of the regular season on good notes. So playoff time. We got to talk playoffs. You know, fantasy's in playoff, NFL's in playoff talk. So right now in the AFC, the teams that we have in the playoff is Kansas City with the bye week, the Patriots, Titans, Bengals, Colts, Chargers, and Bills. We got Baltimore and Pittsburgh on the outside looking in. Baltimore is tied, like a five-way tie with Cincinnati, Indy, Chargers, and Buffalo at 8-6. And then Pittsburgh is 7-6-1. Over in the NFC, we got Green Bay with the bye week right now. Dallas, Tampa, Arizona, the Rams all 10-4. Then the 49ers at 8-6. And then Minnesota's in at 7-7. Philadelphia and the Saints are on the outside looking in at 7-7. So Kansas City and New England, top two in the AFC. Green Bay and Dallas. And Tampa, top three in the NFC. So yeah, I mean, what do those teams all have in common? Youth, veterans, great coaches. So yeah, I think it's going to be a fun playoff run here. So Thursday night's game, we have the 8-6 San Francisco 49ers versus the 9-5 Tennessee Titans. 49ers actually favored by 3.5 on the road. It is Thursday. I am going to go ahead and give that to the home team. I like the way Tennessee been playing with that 9 wins. I think they get to 10 here. So I got Tennessee winning. I'm giving them 3.5, so Tennessee plus 3.5. And then under on the 44.5. 7-7 Cleveland Browns versus the 11-3 Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, what can you say about him? Just keeps clinging along. Green Bay's favored by a touchdown. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 44. Indianapolis 8-6 versus the 10-4 Arizona Cardinals. How did Arizona lose to Detroit? Yeah, exactly. That's the million-dollar question this week, I guess. I think they bounce back here. Arizona's favored by 1. I got them winning, covering, and under on 49.5. Next up, the 8-6 Baltimore Ravens and the 8-6 Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati's favored by 2.5. I got the Bengals winning, covering, and over on the 44.5. Here's a great AFC East matchup. 8-6 Buffalo Bills, the 9-5 New England Patriots. New England is favored by 2.5 at home. It's amazing how a year ago we're like, oh, Buffalo is the next big dynasty in the NFC East, in the AFC East. New England's not going to be back for a while. New England's leading the division. Patriots are favored by 2.5. I got them winning, covering, and under in the 43.5. The 2-11-1 Detroit Lions versus the 6-8 Atlanta Falcons. If Detroit can beat Arizona, why can't they beat Atlanta? Yeah, I'm picking the Falcons to win. They cover the 6 and under on the 42.5. The 2-12 Jacksonville Jaguars after firing Urban Meyer. I just love how, as everybody knows, I'm a huge pro wrestling fan. WWE has been taking shots at Jacksonville for firing Urban Meyer because the Khan family owns AEW. One doesn't have anything to do with the other. It's like, oh my God. You know what? I'm going to do it again. I'm picking Jacksonville to win. The Jets are favored by 2.5, so I got Jacksonville winning plus 2.5 and under on the 41.5. The 8-6 Los Angeles Chargers versus the 3-11 Houston Texans. Chargers are favored by 9.5. I don't understand what Houston's doing, but whatever. Chargers, I got them winning, covering the 9.5 and over the 45.5. Los Angeles Rams 10-4 versus the 7-7 Minnesota Vikings. What's the odds of the Rams winning the NFC this year and hosting the Super Bowl in their building? That would be pretty cool. I got the Rams winning here, +3, under the 49. 4-10 New York Giants versus the 7-7 Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia's favored by a touchdown. Wow. Yeah, against the New York offense, I get it. I get Eagles winning +10, and then over on the 41.5. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 10-4 versus the 5-9 Carolina Panthers. The Bucs are favored by 11. I got them winning, covering over on the 44. I got 2 Super Bowl ideas in my head that I think would be great. Kansas City and LA, the Rams versus the Chiefs. Rams used to be in St. Louis. St. Louis just settled the lawsuit against the NFL and the Rams. Have the St. Louis team, the Missouri team, the Kansas City Chiefs go to LA. Have the Rams host the Super Bowl, because it is in LA this year, and beat them. That would be a great scenario. Or New England and Tampa Bay. Tom Brady versus his former team. Mac Jones wins the Super Bowl, beating Tom Brady, and that's kind of like the passing of the torch, where this would be Brady's last Super Bowl, and his heir apparent in New England, after 20 years in New England, his heir apparent, Mac Jones, comes in and beats him in the Super Bowl and then goes on to have a Hall of Fame career. We look back on that Super Bowl going, do you remember when Tom Brady played his last Super Bowl? He lost to the, I think that would be a really cool moment. Yeah, we probably want to get something that cool. Anyway, next up we have the 4-10 Chicago Bears versus the 5-9 Seattle Seahawks. Seattle's favored by 6.5. I got Chicago covering. Too early. Seattle winning. I got Chicago +6.5, and then under on the 43.5. Battle of the 7-7 AFC West teams, Denver Broncos and Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders are favored by 1. I got them winning, covering, and under on the 41.5. The 7-6-1 Pittsburgh Steelers against the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 10-4. I got the Chiefs winning, Pittsburgh +the 8.5, and over on the 44.5. The 6-8 Washington football team. Get a name already, guys. Come on. Versus the 10-4 Dallas Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Cowboys are favored by 10.5. I got Washington covering the 10.5. Dallas wins, under on the 47. And then the battle of the 7-7s, the Miami Dolphins and the New Orleans Saints. Both teams currently 7-7. Both teams are on the outside looking in to their playoffs. Saints are favored by 3. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 38.5. All right, well, that is Week 16 NFL. We have 2 more weeks left after this. 18 weeks, the biggest year ever. Make sure you check out the NCAA College Football Bowl games. I got that up as well for the week, and then next week's up, and we'll get into the playoffs and everything. There are 42 bowl games this year, so we're just kind of breaking it down by week. If you are a NASCAR fan, make sure you check out the countdown series till Daytona. Well, we will see you next week. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day, have a spiffy day. Thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone. Be safe in the new year.